Hi everyone, and welcome back to another video. For today's video, we're going to be doing a bit of a reading vlog. So this is going to span out over a few days, and I'm just going to take you along on what I'm reading and how I'm enjoying it. Today is April 1st, and this morning I finished on my Kobo, I finished Camilla Knows Best by Farah Heron. But I actually really enjoyed it. I just got it on my Kobo. It was on sale a few weeks ago. And it was quite nice, actually. It was a retelling of Emma by Jane Austen, but it had a South Asian focus. The South Asian characters is set in Toronto. So I was really familiar with everything that she was talking about. And it was actually really nice. Emma happens to be one of my favorite Jane Austens. I am not the biggest fan of Pride and Prejudice. I know people really love Pride and Prejudice and Persuasion and Sense and Sensibility. I actually really enjoyed Emma because the first time I read it, I was so irritated with Emma herself, but I really enjoyed the story. So this was a retelling of Emma, so check it out. But for the rest of this weekend, I am going to be reading To Have and to Hoax by Martha Waters. I am almost halfway through, and this is a Regency era rom-com set in early 1800s. I'm enjoying it so far. I'm almost halfway done, so I'll keep you posted on how that goes. Hi everyone, it's actually past midnight, but I wanted to update you on this book. I'm reading Age of Vice by Deepthi Kapoor. It's about 500 pages long and I'm a couple hundred pages in. And this book is just so hard to put down. I am going to tear myself away from this for the night and return to it tomorrow. I kind of don't want this to end, but I'll keep you posted on how when I read this tomorrow. Good night. Hi, good morning everyone. It's Monday, April 3rd. I didn't vlog yesterday on the Sunday, so it's my first time checking in since Saturday, and it's Monday morning, getting ready for work. But before I start my work day, I wanted to come on here and share with you. I have finished a couple of books over the weekend. So the first one that I read was Camilla Knows Best by Farah Heron, which is it's just sort of an Emma retelling that's set in Canada, in Toronto, and it focuses on South Asian characters, and I actually quite enjoyed it. Then I finished this morning To Have and to Hoax by Martha Waters. This is the Regency era romance that I was reading, that I was telling you about on Saturday, and I don't know, I have mixed feelings about this. I actually really enjoyed this book literally up until the last maybe 50 pages. And obviously no spoilers, I'm not going to give anything away, but I just got really frustrated by the end. And I'm all for characters that are like realistic, they're imperfect. I love imperfect characters, but this book really just like crossed the line into just annoying for me. And I know a lot of people on Goodreads were saying the same thing. The characters get quite annoying after some time. And I didn't feel that literally up until the last 50 pages. At the last pages, I was just like, oh my gosh, like, here we go again. What the heck is going on? But other than that, I still enjoyed it, except for the last 50 pages. I like romances. I like Regency era, anything set in Regency era, whether that's, a mystery, murder mystery, cozy mystery, or a romance or just fiction. I'm actually waiting to get my hands on this new book. It's called, well, it's new to me, not new in general, but it's called Pride and Premeditation. And I forget the name of the author, but you'll definitely hear me talk about it more. It's a Pride and Prejudice retelling with like a mystery, murder mystery twist. So I'm looking forward to that. So anything Regency era, any Austen retellings. I really enjoy them. So check this out if you like Regency rom-coms, or really check out Camilla Knows Best. I think that was quite fun. But my plans for the day, I'm going to get some work done, and then I will pick up my next book. I'm still reading Age of Vice by Aditi Kapoor, and it's amazing, and I don't want to finish that, so I'm going to pick up another book. I'm thinking of what I should pick up next, but I'll keep you posted as I'm selecting it. All right, so I have a bit of a break at work, and I wanted to pick my next book. So I have a few options, and let me see if I can show you what I'm looking at here. But this is my like little TBR cart. I try to keep all of my TBR up here, things that I would like to read. And at the very bottom, I keep some books that I'm looking to donate or gift to people. And then these are just some other books that no longer fit on my bookshelf. Okay, so the book that I am currently reading and really enjoying is Age of Vice by Aditi Kapoor. I think I spoke about this one a little bit. This is really fun. It's huge. It is over 500 pages, but this is essentially a crime drama. So I guess, I don't know if that's an official term for it, but there's a lot of crime and politics and like dirty money. It's just very cool. It's very cool. It's very like dynamic, and each chapter is from a different person's perspective, or it actually doesn't have chapters, it has parts, and each part has sections that just follow one another. So it's not like you turn over a page and it's a new chapter. And I gotta say, when I first picked this up, so I'm on page 212. When I first picked it up, I was like, it took me some time to get into it, but I honestly don't want this to end at all. So I'm going to be sad when it ends. That's why I'm taking my time with it. So this is a book that I am currently reading, and let's see. So as for my next pick, I'm not sure if I'm in the mood for... Oh, I recently got this book that just released. That's the third book in the Henna Artist series. This is The Perfumist of Paris. And I'm very excited for this one. So if you haven't read the Henna Artist series, you need to check it out. It's really fun. It's just an inspiring story. And this is a multi-generational story now, I think, into the third part. So I'm looking forward to this, but I don't think I'm in the right headspace for this. I'm a very moody reader, so I'm not really in the mood for this right now, but I am going to be getting to this, I think, in like a couple of weeks, if not sooner. But I'm actually not sure what I'm in the mood for right now. So one of the books that I'm considering is Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey. I enjoy romances. Tessa Bailey's tends to be like extremely explicit and spicy. But if you, I don't know, can overlook that, her stories are fun. I like the stories a lot. So that's one contender. And I also have Vera Wong's Advice for Unsolicited Murderers. This has been on my list for some time. This is by Jessie Q. Sutanto. Everyone's talking about it. It's a cozy mystery, sort of like Dial for Aunties, Finlay Donovan type of cozy mystery. So I might pick this one up as well. So it's a toss-up really between the Tessa Bailey or Vera Wong. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure. Hi everyone. So I've had a really busy day just with the work and tidying up around the house, and it's now the afternoon and I have been able to get some reading done. I have finished a I'm just over 100 pages in Secretly Yours. So I wanted to give you an update. I am not in love with the characters yet. With other Tessa Bailey books, like It Happened One Summer, there was definitely, in my opinion, like a lot more chemistry between Piper and Brendan. And even the other book that I've read, My Killer Vacation, I found that our characters generally have more chemistry than these two. They just seem extremely different, and the realist in me is having a hard time reconciling with how like realistic could this like romance really be, and sustainable could it really be. So I know that line of thinking is ruining this for me a little bit, but yeah, I'm not in love with it yet, but that's the update on this. I will probably be reading another 100 pages today, so I will report back on how this goes. Now, I'm in a bit of trouble. I did something, and I don't know, maybe those of you watching also do something similar, but I have a thing where when I'm in bed at night, I cannot read like a physical book the entire time. When the lights are off and I need to be reading on my Kobo. So last night I started The Vanishing Half by Britt Bennett. This is a book that people have really talked about for quite some time, especially on YouTube. This is, I believe, I'm only like the first few pages in, but so far it's quite enjoyable. This is an intergenerational story about two Black twin sisters in the 60s who, even though they're twins, I'm assuming they're fraternal twins, or are they sisters? I forget, but they're either sisters or fraternal twins, but they look a little bit different. So one of them kind of, I guess, can pass off as white, and the other one has those like, I guess, like typically Black features. And this is a multi-generational story that follows these two sisters and their lives and how different their lives are depending on like the color of their skin and their appearance. And you know, I'm assuming there's going to be a lot of great dialogue on like prejudice, racism, colorism, privilege. So it's a heavier read for sure, like when you're in bed, but it's a habit. I need to have something to be reading on my Kobo. I can't keep reading a physical book when the lights are off, and as I drift off to sleep, I need something. So I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish this one in this vlog. We'll see. Since my Kobo is usually like something that I read at nighttime for half an hour in bed, so these books I tend to progress slower, but I'll keep you posted on my thoughts on this one. Hi everyone, it is now Thursday. It's been a while since I have checked in. It's only because the last few days have been incredibly busy for me work-wise, and I am going out of town for the weekend, so I've just been busy coordinating that and packing and all of that comes with that. But I wanted to update you. So I finished Secretly Yours by Tessa Bailey, and I enjoyed it. Like I was saying earlier, a couple days ago, even though I enjoyed the romance, the realist in me just couldn't believe that these two, given how different they are going to last. But I think when you're reading romance, fictionalized romance, you kind of have to put some reality testing aside. So, but other than that, I enjoyed it. I'm definitely on a romance kick. And I don't know what it is about like just like romance right now for me, but I'm really enjoying it. But having said that, I wanted to give you an update on The Age of Vice. I am about halfway through, and I gotta say I'm really enjoying it. It's a massive book, but when you actually start reading it, it doesn't take that much time because it's mostly dialogue, so it's really easy to follow. So I've been enjoying that. I'm hoping to finish that this week, so I am taking you with me to my weekend retreat, and I'm hoping to be able to finish this. I have not made any progress with The Vanishing Half on my Kobo because I have been reading Ali Hazelwood's novellas. I think the one that I'm reading is called Stuck With You, but it's a novella. I think it's like 5 chapters. I'm in the mood for romance, so I'm just reading that. I'll keep you posted on how that goes, and I will check in with you from my retreat. Hi everyone, good morning. Oh, well, it's good morning for me. I am at the cottage. I finally made it up north, and I am whispering here because it's quite early in the morning and I don't want to disturb others, but I wanted to give you a bit of an update. Sorry, the sun is really strong, so I'm trying to adjust the lighting. I think this is a little bit better, but I wanted to give you an update on what I've been reading. So I think you'll remember before I left, I had finished Secretly Yours, and now I am a little past halfway on Age of Vice. I am on page 280. My thoughts on this book. I think you've in this vlog like really heard me like it, and I do like this book, but I have to say I'm getting not tired, but I wish the plot would move a little bit faster because the narrative jumps time. I'm at this part where we're in the past and it just keeps going on and on and on. So I'm afraid I'm going to forget all the details of what happened in the beginning of the book, which was in the present moment. So that's one thing that I'm not the biggest fan of, but I enjoy it. It's definitely very drama heavy, very crime heavy. There are a lot of these like mature themes of crime, corruption, politics, family politics, crime, family politics, human trafficking. So just read the triggers on this one. But not that it goes into detail in any of those, in some of those themes it goes into detail, but not the really, really triggering ones. There's just like mentions of them here and there. So definitely look up the trigger warnings for this one. But it is, the plot is, the story is amazing. It's really great. It captures you in. But I wish the plot would move faster. That's my only qualm. So I'm going to try to get a good chunk of it this morning. Enjoy the nice view, have a cup of coffee, read this a little bit, probably another 50-60 pages or so this morning. That's my hope. And as for my Kobo, I have made no progress with The Vanishing Half because you know that I'm on a bit of a romance kick, so I'm actually reading Below Zero by Ali Hazelwood. That's I think she has a set of 3 novellas. This is one of the novellas. I believe this is the last one, but it's not. They're different stories, so I think it's okay to read it out of order. So I'm reading this. It's like 9 pages. It's not 9 pages. It's 9 chapters. It is a novella, and I'm halfway through, and it's nice. So I'll give you an update shortly. Okay, I finished Age of Vice and I'm here to report back. This book was 546 pages. It took me some time because I definitely took my time reading it, but ignore everything that I said about this book before because this is definitely a really, really heavy book. Look up content warnings for this, look up the triggers for this book, because not only does it touch on some of the potentially triggering things, it revisits them a lot, and there's just way too much triggering stuff in here because this is a crime drama, a crime family drama that spans over 5 years, I believe. So this was still epic. This was really great. I gave this 5 stars on Goodreads, and if you are aware of my rating system, most books I give 3 or 4 stars. 3-star for me is actually a good book. 4-star is a book that I absolutely loved, and 5 stars I just reserve for something very unique or life-changing. And maybe I just haven't read a lot of crime dramas, but this was epic for me. So really interesting. I did not want this book to finish. That's one of the reasons why it actually took me some time to get through it, because I just didn't want to pick it up. I didn't want this to finish. So it's actually really great. Deepti Kapoor clearly knows what she's doing. I read up a little bit about her, and the author was a journalist herself, and I feel as though only a journalist who's reported on gangster crimes and drug lords and things like that, only a journalist like that can spin a story like this, because this was there's so much depth in this story, so much character development. With some characters, there was definitely like you were left unsatisfied, but I think that's a very good reflection of just how I guess life is. But this was great. This is not for everyone, so this is not for the tender-hearted. This will be triggering for most people, I think, just with the amount of stuff in here. But if you have the bandwidth for something like this, and if you have like the stomach for something like this, you would really enjoy this. I absolutely love this. I want to see this turn into a movie or a TV show. But even though, as I say this, I know there's a ton actually crime dramas that exist, but this particular one was really, really good. And like I said, she knows what she's doing because she knows the demographic really, really well. This story takes place in Delhi, which is the capital city of India, and just entirely it's about like North India, and it's about a rich family and the rich son, the heir, and you have a love interest, you have a couple friends, you have a couple servants as well who are main characters in here, and just the family politics, because it's sort of like a business that they're running, right? So it's just like a lot of like workplace politics and family politics intertwined, because it's a crime family, I guess, if that makes sense. But this is the kind of stuff that they make movies of. This is the kind of stuff that if you are from that part of the world, you know that these things happen, and you know that this exists, and you know that people like this are out there, people who live this luxuriously. And I think Age of Vice was like the most fitting title for a work like this. So I absolutely love it. I wouldn't be surprised if this book is inspired from some of the cases she's reported on or witnessed but never could report on. And there's a journalist character in here as well, and I just wonder if some of it is inspired from her own experiences in journalism and her own story. But check this out. It's actually really, really great, but just be aware of the content warnings. Okay, that's it. That's everything for this read with me video. It's definitely something new that I tried. Let me know if you enjoyed this by liking the video, and subscribe if you haven't already, just so I can continue to bring you more content around diverse reading and reading outside of your comfort zone. I'll see you in my next one.